everybody to another episode of Two Joes in a Pro. You got your hosts here,
What
Kenny,
up?
Ryan, and Brian. I would ask you guys how your day is going and how your week is going, but we have a lot of things in store, and I don't want to waste any time. So let's get straight to the NBA. So as everybody knows, or hope everybody knows by now, the Milwaukee Bucks have won the NBA Finals. So shout out to Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, staying together all those years, getting that MVP. Giannis did. He balled out. He had 50 points. And a little caveat I want to say, I don't know if people like recognize at the end, Devin Booker like stayed on the court while everybody walked away. And for me, that was his that was kind of a similar moment like how Kobe had when he had, bricked all those shots back, I think in '99, and he just like stared around and kind of was like, damn, all right. So I think Devin Booker is going to go on a mission. I think this is going to motivate him to be better. And they're going to get back. He's going to get back eventually. They're going to stack a team so he can get back. I feel bad for Chris Paul because I feel like that's the end of the road for him. I don't think he's going to be able to get back there. Team USA, side note, is playing Sunday against France. And it's going to be a tough road for, the Olympics because there's a lot of great teams out there. Also, the NBA draft is next week. And then a good note, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Willie Green. He was an NBA player for a long time. He's now the new Pelicans head coach. So that sums up what I got
I
for
want
the
to ask
NBA.
a question. Do you think we medal?
And,
Do you think we
what's
medal?
going on?
Is it that bad? That's a
I'm going to go out on a limb. I said it last week, right? I think the best that we get is bronze, and that's being generous. Only because Australia is stacked, France has a good team, Spain has a good team. Like you got guys that are NBA players, of past that are still playing in Europe that they mesh well together. Like you got guys like the Spain team has been together for like 10 years now, right? So that's that cohesiveness is very different than what the USA team has, which it's kind of a lot of isolation ball,
Yep.
and it doesn't really help you when you're playing in European play. So it's a lot of different teams out there, man, that's going to give them a run for their money, and don't sleep on Greece with Giannis going playing for them. It's going to be tough. So I'm going to go on the limb and say no. I don't know, Brian. You said no as well, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
we trash. Go ahead, Brian.
Trash. Don't say all that, but damn.
So, all right, real quick with baseball, the big story right now is Cleveland Indians just changed the team name to the Cleveland Guardians. Listen, personally, I didn't have like a huge problem with the Indians name. I guess some Native Americans are offended by it, so whatever, fine. I think there's far worse names like the Redskins. That was bad. At least the Indians a couple of years ago,
sure.
They did take away their mascot. He was actually a red-faced Indian, so they got rid of him. Now the name, whatever, they changed it. I don't care if they changed it. I do care that they picked such a horrible name. Like they could have come up with something way better than that.
What was the meaning behind it?
I was watching.
They're like,
It's on the road. The bridge, it has 8 posts, and they're like 42 feet tall. And it's like the bridge crossing over, and it's supposed to be like guardian. It's like
they're the guardian of the
warrior or
bridge.
guardian or something like that. And they were like the guardian of the bridge, right? And that's what they said it's for. And everybody's like, out of everything you could have said in Cleveland, you say the Guardians. Like they had a team back in the past, the Cleveland Spiders. They're like, you could have said the Cleveland Spiders again, but you go back and say the Cleveland Guardians. Like they could have did rock and roll, the
Rockers,
something rock and roll related.
the Rocks,
the Rockers, yeah, but something.
Ooh,
yeah. That's
Cleveland
what the
Rocks.
Guardians.
ROX?
The
Socks? Rocks?
the Cleveland Rocks.
They rock and do
Scissors?
rock.
Rocks, tops.
Paper?
But yeah, that's all I got, man, for baseball.
You have. I had a question for you, Brian. So with the MLB deadline coming up, do you think there's going to be any big trades like Chris Bryant?
Chris Bryant is
like
the
that?
biggest name. He probably will be traded because the Cubs don't want him, and the Cubs need to rebuild. I could see even Anthony Rizzo being traded from the Cubs. They just want to clean house, dude, because they suck. for some reason, even though they got a lot of talent. But it's just not meshing.
Yeah.
They're not playing well as a team. So it's time to rebuild for them. And they do have some good pieces that they can get rid of. And Kimbrel, their closer, they could go ahead and get rid of him. He's actually been linked to the Red Sox. There's my Homer comment of the day. Had to get it in, you know. But Nelson Cruz did get traded to the Tampa Rays. He was on the Twins. He's still a 300 hitter. He hits for power. He's got 19 home runs right now, I think, or 20, something like that. So he's on pace for like 35 for the year. I mean, he's a good hitter.
And I would say it's crazy because he's been in the league for a minute, and he's still hitting.
But yeah, I don't think that there's going to be any other huge names that I can think of off the top of my head. Chris Bryant really is probably the best one out there right now.
Too easy. What we got for NFL?
What don't we have for the NFL? For a sport
That's
that
the
it's
real question.
in the off season, like it is on fire this week. All right, I'm just gonna start going down the list and just start naming some stuff. And if you have something, raise your hand or like start talking. All right, so
Raise your hand like we're in grade school.
Can I first?
Pick me.
No, so Cam Akers starts the week off by tearing his Achilles, and he'll miss the entire 2021 season. Anyone that was like hyped up about Cam Akers for fantasy football, it's over.
Fantasy's over.
And I feel bad because my
Darrell
wife was
Henderson
having
show.
a terrible day, and I advised her to draft Cam Akers last year, and she's like, "This guy sucks." And then a week earlier, I was like, "No, don't worry, he's gonna ball out this year."
Yep.
Tears his Achilles. She was having a terrible day, so I didn't tell her till like the end of the day. All right, what else we got? It was so bad.
Hey, now that your day is ruined, let me put a cherry
It
on
was
top.
so bad. We had and then the players, teams had to put players on the pup because they're going to be reporting to training camp within the next couple days. Some big names like Odell, or sorry, not Odell Beckham. He's going to actually be ready for training camp. Saquon's on the pup. The Giants' Kadarius Toney is on the COVID-19 list, whatever that means. I don't know if he's a close contact or what that means.
Is he vaccinated?
I can neither confirm or deny. I don't know.
Hey Ryan, I know you miss Odell Beckham. That's why you keep like putting his name.
You know
on,
what
but
it
it's
is?
okay, bro.
I'm not
Y'all
a
never-
big fan, but like, it's whatever. I hope he's good this year because I traded for him in fantasy. I'm scrolling through this list trying to see because I don't want to talk about the. Michael Thomas is a big one that he's probably.
That's a big one, which didn't make sense to me because you're getting surgery in June. It took you June to realize that, hey, man, my ankle is not filling up to par. I don't understand that. Like, I really think that they have some type of distress between him and Sean Payton because, like, it's kind of like that Scottie Pippen thing when he was like, I'm not happy with my contract. So instead of getting the surgery at the end of the year, he waited till the season's about to start. That's kind of like what I compare it to.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Another one this one is a typical Patriots thing. Like Gilmore has contract disputes, but he's still gonna show up to camp. But don't worry, we're gonna put him on the pup list. Like, granted, he was injured towards the end of last year, but that's such a Patriots thing to be like, look, we want the publicity of you showing up to camp, but we'll put you on the pup so you don't actually have to do anything while we figure out contract negotiations. Like, that's just such a.
This way he gets to hold out and then not have to be penalized for it.
Yeah,
because if
sick.
he wasn't showing up to training camp, he'd owe like a bunch of penalties.
Yeah, beast.
Yeah, but Bill, no, he's smart. He's like, listen, we're gonna get you on there, bro. We're gonna get you some money now, but we just need you to hold on real quick, hold off. That's all that was, you know what I mean? And plus, he's not gonna do too. Him being that season as a veteran, he's not gonna do too much in camp anyway. He's proven, bro. They're gonna have him do a couple one-on-ones, have him do like team drills and stuff like that. But for the most part, he's coasting. They're like, listen, we need to save, especially coming off an injury. We need to save you for the season, bro.
And one thing to add to the Patriots pups.
Oh, boy.
Jarrett Stidham is put on the pup list.
Oh.
And I just want to point that out because he ain't hurt, okay? They put him on the pup so that way Mac Jones can get all the reps against Cam Newton, and they're going to have a true quarterback battle. Just saying, conspiracy theory right there. You heard it here first.
Hey, the side note, Brian, the threes don't get reps like that anyway, bro. They only get like 2 or 3 plays, bro. So it doesn't even matter, honestly. They must have somebody else that is behind a Stidham that they want to see play.
They have Hoyer.
They don't have no other quarterbacks?
You think? Come on. Do they really want to see Hoyer again?
Now, yeah, but what I'm saying is that, like, in a camp, right, you'll have the ones get 70, or I said the ones will get 60% of the plays. The twos will get like 30%. The threes will get 10. You'll see the threes in the script, they might get 3 plays.
They don't have to give Hoyer reps at all because they know what he is. So now they can do 60-40 with Cam and Mac, or even 50-50 and make it a true competition.
Yeah, but they're not gonna put either one of them with the threes because you got the third group O lineman. Oh hell, no, they ain't doing that. They're not taking that chance. They're not taking that chance because the third group O lineman most of the time they're not going against the third group. They're going against the ones, so the ones can get their reps in. So
but
like,
Belichick
I understand what you're saying though, but yeah,
he puts people wherever. He put Tom Brady with the threes before. He just does that in training camp just to mess with people. So.
I'm not going to get into the mind of Bill Belichick right now. Can we talk about Packers drama, though?
Yeah, I'm not going to question
it. I love me some Packers drama. Let's start the week off first with Aaron Rodgers. News comes out that apparently the Packers offered him a contract extension that would make him the highest paid player. And the Packers put out this news because they spun it as a 5-year deal that would make him that would tie him to Green Bay for 5 extra years, and he would be the highest paid player. But really, it's only a 2-year contract extension because it's 2 years added on to his existing contract, and they just spread the money out, and they say he's the highest paid because really they'd be giving him a raise, but it's built into where they could still leverage a parachute if they wanted to later on when they have to make that decision to either keep Rodgers or keep Jordan Love.
Give him a big signing bonus, backload it to where the dead cap space doesn't hurt them that bad, and then be like, all right, cool, we got you here, and then now we still let Jordan Love get a little bit more season, even though Jordan Love I don't think is it. If he's not ready right now, he's not going to be ready later. So they missed that sale, right?
And then the other news is Devontae Adams decides that his long-term contract extension is off. He cut that off with the Packers. So they're not in talks for a long-term extension right now. So the drama is just flowing in Green Bay. It's beautiful.
Do you think that helps or hurt him?
Helps or hurt
in
who?
your guys' opinion? Devontae Adams by not taking the contract.
It helps him.
He's going to get paid by somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I agree too. Because like if he has a bad season, then it's like, nah, bro, I just didn't have a good quarterback. I had a trash quarterback. If he has a bomb season, then it's like I did those numbers with a bum quarterback. So either way,
he doesn't want to lock himself into a deal with a quarterback where they don't know if he's going to have Rodgers. He doesn't know if he's going to have Jordan Love. He'd rather go somewhere where he can either go play with Rodgers somewhere, or he can just go to a different team and choose the quarterback he wants to play with. Someone's going to pay him money, and more than likely, he's pushing 30. This is his big contract. This is where he gets paid. He'll still see money on his next deal, but like more than likely, this is where he's going to make most of his money at.
Yeah, he's going to make the mid ones. He can get like a D-Hop type of contract.
Oh, he's going to be the high. He should be the highest paid receiver right now. Like if you're signing him right now, he's definitely a number one.
Yeah.
Man, the other one is besides the Packers drama, the only other little thing before I talk about the vaccination protocol that the NFL is implementing is Seattle is getting ready or willing to make Jamal Adams the highest paid safety in the league, so that'd be pretty cool. I like him in Seattle. I like Jamal Adams in Seattle.
They utilize him very well. I thought he already had a contract extension when he came over from the Jets. Or was that just something minor on top of his contract? Because remember, he was asking to get traded from the Jets because they wouldn't give him an extension, and then the Seahawks took him, and I thought the Seahawks gave him an extension. Was that like a short-term deal or what? Was that a 3-year deal?
I don't know. I was looking it up, but for some reason it didn't.
Because I thought they already signed him to it. Maybe it was because this is his 3rd year in Seattle, right? 2nd year in Seattle, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. Maybe he can't. They traded him over on talks of.
No, he was on his rookie deal, I think, because he was drafted in the first round, and it was a 4-year contract, and they exercised the 5th-year option. So this year's his 5th year.
Okay, cool.
So they're trying to negotiate, or else I mean, if I'm him, he'd hold out because it's the 5th-year option. It's only like $9 million for him. Like, but how much does safeties really get paid nowadays?
15.
Well, you can get that. Yeah, you get that Tyrann Mathieu type of love. Get that 15,
I just don't
million
think
a year. Depending on who you are, he could leverage himself as like a Jalen Ramsey type contract, getting close to 20 a year just because of his versatility, how he's in the slot, he's in the box, he can cover a little bit. He's kind of like he's a disruptor. He does it all a little bit. I think he can leverage himself close to 20 mil.
Yeah, I just don't see him as like a he's a guy that gets used correctly. I just don't see him as I don't know, but of course he's gonna get paid the highest. So whatever. All right, and then the elephant in the room. So all right, there's a bunch of drama going on with the NFL. So they come out with a policy, their new COVID policy, and please correct me if you know more than I do, but the way I'm hearing it is anyone that is unvaccinated on a team, if there is an outbreak that occurs that is as a result to or involving an unvaccinated player, that team will then, if they can't reschedule within the 18-week season, they will they forfeit the game, and neither team gets paid. The players, neither team gets paid for that game, and the financial burden goes on the team that forfeited the game. I don't know if that's like 100% right, but like,
no, that's like damn near spot on. That's what it said, and then it's different if it's, of course, if they're vaccinated, but for unvaccinated, that's
so much so that DeAndre Hopkins tweeted out and then deleted his tweet right away because he knew. But if you have that many followers, the minute you click tweet, don't just leave it out there because like there's no way you're getting it back. It looks worse when you delete it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's one of the NFL. That's one of the NFL social media guys like hitting them up like, "Hey, NFL said take that
probably."
Down. You know what I mean? That's one of those things like NFL said take that down. So like he's like, okay, what you gonna say? No,
does the NFL
like,
own his Twitter?
Take it down, right? It's not necessarily own their Twitter, but it's certain agreements when you're playing in the league that you like sign to, like in your contract, all that stuff. Like NFL can ask you to do something, you have to
conduct detrimental to the league
just because you're still playing under. Yeah, you're still playing underneath them.
You know all about that.
That kind of thing. That's why you see a lot of guys. That's why you see a lot of guys play. They put something out and then they take it back. That type of thing because of the outlash.
Oh, you want me to read the tweet real quick? Never thought I'd say this, but being put in a position to hurt my team because I don't want to partake in the vaccine is making me question my future in the NFL.
What did I tell y'all?
You did every
8 weeks.
Every
ago,
time I hear this, you say. But in my defense, or in everyone's defense, you said that most players don't want to do the vaccine. They don't want to put that in their body. But according to statistics, up to 80% of the NFL players have gotten that.
But to that.
No, I didn't want to cut you off. I want to hear what you say.
Yeah. So, like, to that regards, right, that 80%, what did I tell you about the NFL teams, right? NFL teams is only like 5% of guys is actually bringing in the money. The rest of the guys are just on the team, right? So, like, you got a guy that's speaking out like D-Hop, who is top 5 receiver in the league, big name. Like, people are going to the game to watch him, right? He's saying he's not vaccinated. That's a complete difference than, Beasley, you know what I mean? Or Joe Schmo saying it when it's like, yeah, you play, right? But we're not coming to watch you play. You see what I'm saying? That's a complete difference in that 80%. Because the other guys, guess what? That D-Hop has that the other guys don't. D-Hop got $100 million in the bank. The other guys don't got $100 million. The other guys together don't have $100 million put together. So it's easy for him to say that because guess what? If they say, all right, cool, you're out the league, guess what? He's going to be like, all right, cool, no harm, no foul. I got my money. But the other guys, they have no choice because they're making either league minimum or they're making only $1 or $2 million a year where they're trying to set themselves up for the rest of their life. Like, I need this. So they're like, all right, this is kind of like the writings on the wall without being on the wall. Like, hey, if you want to be in the league, you need to go comply with our rules, right? It's forcing the hand without doing it. So the guys is like, without, and even though they're like, dang, I don't really want to, but it's like, you know, I'm gonna mess with my check. You know what I mean? I need my money, so let me go ahead and just comply. So
I 100% agree. Brian, what do you think?
What, me?
I feel like you need permission to talk. Sometimes I feel like me and Kenny talk, and you just sit there, and people think you froze. Yeah. People have hit me up. He's like, "Is this guy like breathing?"
Is he frozen? Is he frozen?
I fidget for days.
Or is he asleep?
Yeah,
does he sleep with his eyes open?
Someone literally asked me, he's like, "Does the guy with the red beard talk?" Because they were watching like the beginning, and you were just like,
"It wasn't my turn yet."
Oh,
yeah. Permission to speak, Brian.
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead.
So for the vaccines, I mean, yeah, like Kenny said, they're definitely forcing their hand for sure. So I mean, I agree completely with Kenny saying. I think that these players should have the freedom to do what they want, but with these protocols that the NFL is implementing, it's basically saying you could lose a game for your team. You could lose everybody's paycheck for a week just because you got sick. You know, even though we've seen that people still get COVID, even if they're vaccinated. It's just their symptoms are less.
Yeah.
But they can still get it. They can still give it to everybody else. So, I don't know. I think it's a little harsh by the NFL, but I also see why they're doing it. I mean, they want the season to progress no matter what, and they don't want anything to stop it. And they believe that if everybody's vaccinated, that they can just keep going, and it's not a big deal.
I just wish that they could see both sides, right? And instead of the money, right? Like this, what the NFL just is pretty much putting on display is that only thing we care about is the dollar, the profit. We don't care about everybody else's opinion or how you feel. We're just trying to make money, which I understand. It's a business. That's how it is. I just think it's a little crazy, and I was hearing like things on like ESPN and different like outlets talking about like people are complaining about the vaccine, but it's a vaccine. Anything else? Would you not take the polio vaccine? Would you not take all the? It's like I understand what you guys are saying, but it's a difference in how things are made. It's a difference than how things are taken. Like some families, like Zeke said, my family grew up did not believe in vaccinations.
Yeah.
Didn't take any vaccinations, right? He chose to take the vaccination now, right? That's his prerogative, right? But like some families don't believe in that. So I feel like when you force somebody's hand, when like say they grew up like that, then it's kind of like, bro, I don't believe in taking vaccines. Like I haven't taken a vaccine my whole life, and this is what you're making me do, essentially, right? Or you're saying don't be in the league, and people are gonna be like, well, that's stupid. You don't have to do anything. Yeah, but put yourself in their shoes. If you have a $2 or $3 million contract, you're gonna say no. You know what I mean? But it's easy said than done when you're not in that situation, when you're not in those shoes. People like to criticize being on the outside. That's stupid. Take it. Like, yeah, but when you're in that situation and you have a certain principle, would you do it?
I would not.
Right?
Well, I mean,
that's just
I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking.
I'm just saying that's my spill on it. I thought it was a little crazy that the Patriots assistant and the Vikings offensive line coach stepped down from the position because of it. When I saw that, I was like, oh man! Like when D-Hop said it, and our guys like vouched it, I was like, all right, expected. I was glad that somebody that had a name spoke up. But with the assistant stepped down, I was like looking around like, oh, like people out here risking their job for it. Like as a coaching staff, like I was very.
I just think it's
surprised by
insane that reporters find the need to ask players as if as if it matters. Yeah, like none of they want.
They just want
they love it.
headlines.
Like Dak was asked, and he tried to do a little cop out. He's like, I believe my vaccination status is HIPAA, or like that's none of your business, basically. Which I mean, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
I would answer every question. I'd be like, not answering that. Next. And Josh Allen got roasted a couple months ago when he tried to come out and be like, "Yeah, I'm not doing it. I mean, what do you guys want from me?"
Because it doesn't help you at all. Like, there's no way it helps you. If you say you got vaccinated, it doesn't help you. If you say you didn't get vaccinated, it hurts you. Like, saying that you did get vaccinated doesn't help you. Like, it isn't like, oh, he got vaccinated. It's just like, all right, cool. That's one less person we got to ask the question to. We just want to ask somebody else that's going to say no, so then we can.
I'm
create
surprised Zeke did it when when it was documented that he already had COVID. He's like, I'm just gonna go get it again. So it's just that part doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know,
but whatever.
Maybe he's especially with his history of his family. He said his family didn't believe in vaccinations. I thought that was a little different too, but I don't know, man. Everybody's prerogative, I guess.
I don't care.
So,
all right, that's it, man.
But that's it. All right, man. Well, let's bring some light back into this conversation, because it went down a very upsetting path for some and a quiet path for Brian. You know, he went from "Hello, guys, welcome to the podcast" to mute. So we'll get straight into the great debate, man. So for this week, with basketball wrapping up and free agency about to come up on time, probably a couple weeks, or I think 2 weeks. I wanted to ask you guys for the great debate, what are the top free agents or NBA moves this offseason that you see? What's the top person that you think could move or go somewhere that could help somebody be a contender, or or win a championship?
Kawhi Leonard, but he's got a player option, so he can opt out of his contract, and he can do a number of things. He could leave, he could renegotiate a longer contract and stay. He could, just re-up for a short-term deal because he's injured right now, and just a prove-it deal, like one more year with another option for next year. He could do all that, but he's definitely top 5 guy in the league right now. He's a game changer for any team. He's gonna win you a championship. If he didn't get hurt this year, good chance the Clippers went instead of the Suns. Good chance, anyways. We don't know. They didn't get a chance to play that, but hey, you never know.
See, I disagree with that, right? Because Kawhi, I feel like, granted, right, he is a top 5 player when he's at his best, right? But you can say that about a lot of players in the NBA. I feel like this year proved like how much Kawhi has kind of declined a little bit. The only reason I say that is because look at the difference. When Kawhi was out, people thought they had no shot. But then Paul George turned it on, right? You had a lot of guys, Trey Mann, you had Reggie Jackson, another free agent, right? Turned it on, and the Clippers were like, okay. Everybody's like, all right, man, they'll hold up until Kawhi gets back. And they should have beat the Suns. Multiple games, the first 2 games, they had an opportunity to do it, and they didn't, of course, right? But I don't think that – I thought there was going to be a drastic difference between Paul George and Kawhi, but I didn't see that. So I don't – that's why I'm just saying that I think that it's closer than people think as far as him going to your team and making you a championship contender.
Well,
but that's just
it also
my
wasn't
opinion,
that
though,
long
in that
ago when
regards.
people regarded Paul George as being a top 10 guy either. So you could just say he's been taking a back seat to Kawhi, and then when Kawhi was out, he had to step up, and he did, because he's still a really good player. So
yeah. But do you think that why? That's what I'm saying. Like, why would Kawhi re-sign to them
Unfinished business.
instead of just going to a different team?
They still have a good team there in LA.
They do got. I think a lot of guys are waiting on him too, though. There's a lot of free agents they have on their team
one
too.
of the first pieces to fall for sure. Maybe I think Chris Paul is another guy, but he's gonna probably resign. With the
No,
Suns.
you can't
I
talk.
think he's
You
got a
can't
good-
talk about Chris Paul.
Why?
What are you gonna just talk about every free agent? That was mine.
That's Ryan's.
We can talk about all of them.
All right, well,
Chime
that's
in, buddy.
mine. That's mine. I don't think he
All right,
resigns.
say it. Oh, you don't? Okay. Explain
No,
why.
he might. I don't care. Hey, did you disappear? Did Brian disappear?
No.
All right.
No,
Yeah,
he's still
really.
Yeah,
here.
maybe
Hey,
I'm
Ryan. So,
He ain't showing up
Chris
on my
Paul.
screen.
Listen, Chris Paul is. at
He's
the end of his
desperate for a
career, dude.
championship.
Right.
Yeah, he's desperate.
He's been labeled a choker, which is unfair to him because he is not a choker. He just has had unfortunate circumstances. He's probably the best point guard in the league. Like, I don't know. I'd still take him on.
What was the team you said, Kenny? What was the team you said needs a
So
point guard?
you tell me why Chris.
Lakers.
What do you mean? A lot of teams need a point guard. Lakers. I'm saying I was going to ask that question. Like my question was, what makes you think that Chris Paul, right? Him having the player option, right? Why wouldn't he just say, "All right, guys, I'm going to opt out and sign with the Lakers"? When the Lakers just freed all this cap space and they have no point guard right now. They really don't have anybody on their team besides doggone AD, LeBron, and Tucker. That they got doggone on contract. Taylor Horton,
I don't
Tucker.
know. I
That's
feel
what
like
I
Chris Paul's kind of. I think he's a little bit above the whole. Let me chase this ring real quick. Like, he went to Phoenix. Phoenix was not very good, and they became good when he went there. He helped bring that veteran leadership that those young guys needed and help them develop. Devin Booker, yes, he was a sniper without Chris Paul, but you look at DeAndre Ayton stepped up his game big time this year. A couple role players off the bench, really stepped up. The Suns probably overperformed, what they should have done, but I think that a lot of that has to do with Chris Paul.
Yeah, but like you said, they overperform. I do not think the Suns get back to the NBA Finals, NBA or Western Conference Finals with the team they have now. There's a lot of people hurt this year, and I think that made the difference to give them their chance to get there. DeAndre Ayton, if for everybody that's a DeAndre Ayton fan, he's a good player, but if you ever thought he had arrived or made it, Giannis showed. Lopez showed that he's not there. Like, he couldn't even compete. And I understand you saying Giannis is, arguably, some people are saying, yeah, he's the best player in the world right now, right? I don't think you don't think he's better than KD, but yeah, he's up there, right? But no, bro, he can't. Come on now, I'm not gonna get on top topic. But Lopez was killing him too. So what I'm saying is that Chris Paul has his best shot going to the Lakers. That's how I feel on that, right? The best free agent, in my opinion, is going to be Kyle Lowry. Like, I think people underestimate how lethal Kyle Lowry is as a Robin, right? Because you were saying that remember you were talking to me earlier talking about he was a Batman. He's never been a Batman
every year
ever.
Except for when
Never
Kawhi was there.
No, he was not. DeMar DeRozan was clear Batman. He played Robin.
Because Lowry
DeRozan. Every year
had a higher win share than DeRozan every year that DeRozan and Lowry played together. So
what?
Well, win share means who contributed.
Oh, mansplain it.
Yeah. So basically, Lowry was a better player for that team.
Only reason why you're going to say that is because Lowry played the point guard position, right? He distributed the ball more, and DeMar DeRozan was a scorer. But every time it came to a clutch situation, it was DeMar DeRozan at every single point in time. Not even close. Not even close.
Okay.
It wasn't even close. DeMar DeRozan every single time. Then guess what? DeMar DeRozan said, I'm gone. Batman is out. So guess who another Batman came in? Kawhi. Boom. Kawhi. All right, let me play, Robin to you. Boom. And then you would think that when Kawhi left, that it would be, Kyle Lowry's time. But it's not. It's Pascal Siakam. He came in there and he's the guy. So I say all that to say when Kyle Lowry goes to another team and they have a elite person, and he's playing the second fiddle, but is actually good. Like Pascal Siakam is okay, but he ain't elite, bro. He's just not elite, bro. Right? So he's playing. He's supposed to be Batman, but he was playing Robin. You know what I mean? So like, I don't. Regardless, when he goes to, because he's going to go to the Lakers. I'm calling right now. He's going to the Lakers. Right?
I was going to say, how many people are going to the Lakers?
He's going to Lakers.
All of them.
Now, I'm going to. Everybody's going because I'm a homer, so I don't really care about everybody else right now because this is what I want. And Kyle Lowry is really going to the Lakers. That's what's going to happen. He's going to go to the Lakers. When he goes to the Lakers, you're going to have him being Alfred, and that's even better for him because he gets to distribute the ball around, and he's a bona fide. He's been shooting 40% from the 3-point. Right, he's giving you 7.3, assists last year. Give you 17 points. That's way better than Dennis Schroeder, right? Because Dennis Schroeder just disappeared. He hurt my heart. He disappeared. So I'm just letting y'all know that for everybody that thought,
Jack.
For everybody,
come on, baby.
For everybody that thought the Lakers was done, we're still here. So that's all I have to say in that regards. But I'm done. I'm off to my Lakers. Pick. But it's a lot of other teams that need point guards, and I think Kyle Lowry, wherever team he goes to, he definitely.
I think Lowry would be a better fit in Boston.
So,
oh man, Homer versus Homer.
I agree. Listen, I agree though because they don't have a bona fide point guard, right? Marcus Smart is not the bona fide point guard, right? If you get Kyle Lowry there, and you have Kyle Lowry just distributing the ball to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown with that senior, like. That not senior, but their veteran presence. I think that makes a difference, right? Because they don't have that. Like, when have they ever had that?
But he just didn't work. Like, he's a volume scorer.
Nah.
So you need an efficient scorer at that position.
Yeah, that's it. So you can put Kyle Lowry on a lot of different teams, and you see a positive reaction. Like if you put Kyle Lowry on a Miami Heat team, right? So doggone Jimmy Butler doesn't have to control the ball as much. He can play off to his normal spot. He can set up Duncan Robinson to shoot, right? Like that.
That's if Duncan
that makes a world of a difference. But Duncan's restricted.
You don't think people are going to come with money?
They're gonna. No, man. I don't see any way that they let Duncan Robinson go. Like Duncan Robinson, he's the reason why they even were close to winning against the Bucks. He was shooting lights out. You don't let a guy like that go. That's like letting JJ Redick go when he was with the 76ers. That was the dumbest thing the 76ers did. Let JJ Redick go. You know what I mean? Like you just don't let a guy like that go. So I'm just saying, like, I know you said Kawhi, that's cool. Chris Paul, yeah, but Lowry for sure, in my opinion.
So all you want to do
question.
Is who's your top free agent?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that was my top free agent. Of course, it's a lot of other guys. You got Lonzo Ball. I think he'll be a great addition to a team. I think a sleeper that a lot of people don't really look at is Tim Hardaway Jr. He had a great year this year. Tim Hardaway Jr. for the Dallas Mavericks, shooting 40%. He was seventh with the highest catch and shoot 3-point percentage. There's other players too. Andre Drummond. I think if he goes on a team it fits his style, he's still putting up numbers, man. He still can put up numbers. But I just think people kind of gave up on him because the big man, like how he plays, is kind of dead in a lot of people's eyes. Yeah. What's your question, Ryan?
You guys are every time I watch the Lakers play, LeBron's coming in with the ball. So do they really need a point guard? Is that the position of need for them? Because I don't
LeBron's
see
old ass shouldn't have to be bringing up the ball. Okay?
What was
this year proved it, if anything, that you need a true point guard, not a guy that was shooting guard that plays point guard. This year proved it. Yes, LeBron's a great passer, but LeBron ain't Kyle Lowry. Or even if we get Alonzo Ball, right, or somebody like that that's actually just plays point guard and can play defense.
Ben Simmons,
right? Because
there's your boy.
Oh, God,
that's your boy.
Bro. No. But you can't bring Ben Simmons on the Lakers just because we need somebody. If we get a point guard, we need somebody that can shoot, right? Like any point guard, I take back what I said about Ben Simmons earlier. Like him not being able to shoot is just trash, man. Like I can't believe I put him on my top 5 back then with the rookies or the top 5 young guys just because his numbers. But he proved it this year. Like I don't understand it though. He really has no shot. And it kills me because in the summer league, in the summertime, you see him at all these programs, he's shooting threes. So I'm like, is he trying to trick us? I don't know, man. Don't get me on that tangent, man. Don't get me on that Ben Simmons tangent. Because ever since I said that comment, I kind of been eating my words on that. Because he is trash. Golly.
He is Marcus Smart, but taller.
I would.
Yep. That's the same.
No, Marcus Smart can shoot a little bit better. Marcus Smart can shoot better than that, bro.
And he shoots like 12 a game, which is
but
retarded.
Ben Simmons average probably like 4%, bro. You don't even see him shoot a 3. Like, you could tell Ben Simmons his life is on the line. He has to shoot a 3. He's still going to drop to the hole.
It's true.
Like, he's just going to call it a day. Like, whatever, man. So, that's my... I don't even... What other free agents do you think that are good out there?
I don't know, man.
It's...
Mike Conley, he had a bounce back year this year in Utah. He could be another veteran point guard that could help another team, take that next step. He's not quite Chris Paul or Kyle Lowry, but he's still a pretty good guy to have. Defensively, I don't think he's quite as good. So,
I saw it's a heavy point guards, free agent, like guys who need old point guards, seasoned point guards, right? That for this free agent class, and then don't sleep on DeMar DeRozan too, right? He's if you need some score, you keep saying that, but he had 21.6 points.
Terrible team.
21.6 points this year.
Somebody had to score the ball
on the San Antonio Spurs. That's historic. They still had good guys on there. They had doggone Lenny.
Man, he's awesome.
Walker, my bad. Lonnie Walker, not Lenny Walker. Lonnie Walker. They had the point guard. I forgot how to say. He's like Demont. I forgot how to say his name. Patty Mills.
I don't even know who you're
guys.
saying.
Don't get me wrong. For him to have 21.6 points, that's not a scrub.
Never heard of him.
Because don't worry about it. All right. I'm going ahead and just end it there because you guys are trying to make fun of me, and I'm just letting you guys know that it's.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying DeMar DeRozan is not that good. He's barely a Robin.
Oh my gosh.
Barely a Robin.
What?
He's Alfred.
All right, man. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this. I'm not gonna say anything else because that you cannot say that he's not even a Robin, bro. 21.6 points, 7 assists. You can't say that's not even Robin.
Nothing special.
I understand he can't shoot threes, but come on,
he's
now.
only 6'6". His defense is okay. I mean, the guy's really not that good. You're kind of pumping him up for no reason. It's kind of like a few weeks ago when you pumped up Ben Simmons. So I'm just saying.
Dude, that was so long ago.
All right. Well, I have nothing else to say to that. I'm going to just be quiet because you're right about the Ben Simmons stuff. So I'm going to eat my words on that and just be quiet. I appreciate you guys letting me rock out and get my last little basketball fix, right? Because I know this is not you guys' forte. Let me get my last basketball fix before 6 months. Not 6 months, 5 months, 4 months for real. So I appreciate that. But I would like to say before I let everybody go, right?
Can I read something? I just saw?
No.
I want to read this. This is breaking news. As the Green Bay over-under totals disappear from places like DraftKings, PointsBet, Westgate, and multiple other sports books, reportedly believe Aaron Rodgers will retire next week. These are usually the sports world, usually sports bookies. They're usually pretty on top of it. Like they
are.
Yeah, they always have some sources. I'm glad you said that because I was going to you say that's it for the great debate and tie into the BK bet. So I just said it. So you said that, and that's a little weird that he's going to retire.
That's what the sources say. He's going to retire.
But is it like
he's got that young honey now. You know, she don't want him playing football. She wants him. She wants his undivided attention. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say choose the words wisely. Okay,
She might
you
be
gotta
one
keep
of
it
them ones
PG.
that, you know, needs a lot of time during the day.
But that just gave me a head scratch. Retire?
26. It's not like he's a spring chicken.
Yeah, but he's still on. He
Yeah,
just
blood
won
on top.
MVP.
In a sense. In a sense.
Oh my, nah, man, it's something to it. So for the people that bet on the over under, then they getting their money back, then, right?
I don't know.
They got to.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You
they
got
got
to.
it. They got to.
I don't know if they have to.
They got to do something like that. No, you got it. You got to because it's a no bet. Yeah, because you can't do anything with that unless they have something in the bet that says, "Oh, retired," then you lose the bet too. But I doubt it.
But here's the thing: the over/under changes.
Because for everybody that took the
Right.
So that's the thing. Like it's like
yeah, but whatever the bet is
I know.
agreed.
But like if you took the bet at that time and
Yeah,
the
it's like-
line moves, you don't get to move with the line.
Yeah.
No, you stay where you at, right? So if the over under was 8 and you took under 8 and now the line moves to 5, you guess what? You still
Correct.
got 8.
But what you're saying is it's a null bet
Yeah.
because all these guys, the Packers win total is probably like the over under is probably 10, 11, 12, 13, something higher, and it's obviously going to be lower. So if you took the under, do they get to keep that? You're saying it was a null bet, but I'm saying like they're going to still be able to keep it at 13.
No, I thought you said that. I thought you were saying that they just took it off the
You
sports
can't
books,
you can't
like,
bet on it now.
completely. Like they're not putting it back up.
Oh.
That's what I thought you meant. Yeah, I know that, but I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah.
they're going to put it back up. I'm assuming, right? Okay, cool. Then I disregard what I said then because I thought you were saying like it's over. They're not putting it back up for Green Bay this year, and I was like, dang, you got to give them their
No,
money
they
back.
took
That's
it
what I was
down
saying.
now so that they can
So I was wrong in
reevaluate
that regards.
and put it back up later whenever they're like when he officially retires. But they don't want people going in right now, catching wind of it and being like, "Oh, let me go ahead and get in there now."
And trying to catch him. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, in that regards to the BK bets, I wanted to say, guys, I finally got a win. I've been doing BK bets for like the last 9 weeks, and I've been 0-9. So now I'm not 0-9. I'm 1-8, right? Because I didn't do it the first 2 weeks. So I'm 1-8. I took the Bucks to win, and they won. So your boy got some bread in his pocket finally. So guys, I'm just saying that's a turning in the tide, right? We're getting to football season. Something that I'm more seasoned in as far as sports betting, that I could bring some more money into your pockets. So all I'm saying now is catch the coattail before it goes past you. Because, right, I'm about to be like the Moderna stock last year before the vaccines came out. I'm shooting up. All right?
All right.
That's it. You like that? You like how I plugged that in? Well, yeah, that's it, guys. Like always, follow us on YouTube, Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Likes, comments. I appreciate you guys listening to me say my goodbyes to NBA as we transition to MLB and football. And we'll see you guys next week. Be safe. God bless.